What's going on, Salt Strong? It's Justin, and as you can see here on this table in front of me, I got lots of little parts and pieces here. I've got the spool over here. I've got the rotor taken off over here. I've even pulled out the screws from the side plate of this reel, and you're probably wondering, what are we doing today? Are we doing a reel teardown? Kind of. We're actually going to answer the most important question, or the most common question that we get from all of our customers and all of our members about Daiwa spinning reels. And that is, what is Magseal technology and is it worth it? We're going to ask the question, guys, what is Magseal? What is it? Is it legitimate science? Is it, voodoo magic? I mean, we really should take a closer look at what this stuff is, how it works in a spinning reel to your benefit. And more importantly, what areas does Magseal not cover in the reel that makes a physical sealed reel superior in some aspects? We're going to break all of that down for you guys in this video and hopefully shed some light on whether Magseal's worth it to you as an angler. So let's just take a look and try to understand what Magseal technology is. And there's a lot of details that go into this, guys. We're going to start at it just from its base roots. Daiwa's Magseal technology is their answer to prevent contaminants from making its way down the main shaft and into the body of the reel, whether that's salt or other oils or proteins or whatever that can emulsify here. All of that can cause issues with the anti-reverse clutch that's inside of the reel. So other companies, they will do a hydrophobic coating around this entry point to have water bead and wick away from the area. Some companies will create a physical labyrinth that prevents water from working its way down and into the anti-reverse clutch. And Daiwa's solution is essentially incorporating a proprietary ferrofluid. And guys, ferrofluid's used in a lot of other industries, most notably in the aerospace industry. They actually use it in their jet fuel for shuttles to help move fuel from one side of the shuttle to the other in space in zero gravity. That's how they're able to help with injection. Now, in the case of a spinning reel, it is pretty ingenious. What Daiwa is doing is they're using this magnetized plate right here and incorporating this ferrofluid in between this gap between the magnetized plate and this little ring you guys see here called the anti-reverse clutch sleeve. And what will happen is when a drop, just a little amount is added to that little gap, I'm actually going to see if I can grab it with this tool. I've been trying to be rather delicate. So you can kind of see I'm grabbing that fluid right there because it's kind of attaching to this other metal source right now. That fluid creates this fine perimeter seal in that gap. I'm going to clean this up. And that is what's going to help prevent water, salt, anything from making its way down the main shaft, down around this anti-reverse clutch sleeve and into the anti-reverse itself, which if that fails, you can go to set the hook and it's pretty much no point in even having an instant anti-reverse feature. It's just not going to work. It's going to freeze up and it's going to spin freely and you're going to lose hook setting power. You're going to have all kinds of problems with the reel. So that's why it's really important for companies to protect that part of the reel. It's kind of being a supercomputer of the reel, if you will. Now, I want to stress before I go any further, I am not an advocate for servicing my own reels. I just am not super comfortable with all the little parts and pieces. Over the past 10 or 11 years of trying to maintain and service my own reels, I have lost more springs and tiny screws than I'm proud to admit. So if you're the type of person that is comfortable doing that kind of stuff, more power to you. I tip my hat to you. But if you're like me and you're watching this video and saying you're a braver man than I am, stay tuned because this is going to be a pretty interesting part of the video. So what I'm going to do is try to show you guys kind of how this plate works with the Magseal fluid. And I need to do so very gently. So this black, I'm not really sure what to call it. It's like a cup or a ring. This magnetized plate basically sits inside of that and it creates, like I said, that little gap between the anti-reverse clutch sleeve and the plate itself. What I'm going to do, I've taken out all the screws here, very carefully pop that free, and what's going to happen is I'm trying to remove this very slowly because this magnetized plate is going to basically attach through magnetism to the anti-reverse clutch sleeve and the anti-reverse clutch itself. So I'm very carefully trying to pull one piece out and then the other So I got that piece off very carefully. And then I'm going to remove this black cup right here. Voila. And what you guys see down inside of this reel right now, that silver perimeter here, this is the actual anti-reverse clutch. I'm just going to take it out because why not? So no more being delicate at this point. This is the anti-reverse clutch, okay? This little tab sits in a groove here inside the spinning reel. It's super hard to focus. And what happens is this instant anti-reverse feature, back and forth, will help engage whether the reel can go only forward or it can go forward and backwards, all right? What Magseal fluid is trying to do, and I have it all over my fingers right now because I have butchered this demonstration, but that's okay. What we're trying to prevent is we're trying to prevent water and contaminants from getting down into the anti-reverse that is very sensitive to temperature and oils and other contaminants. If this fails, like I said, say goodbye to solid hook sets and your handle not going in reverse. So as you can see, I've got this Magseal fluid all over my fingers right now, an absolute mess. But essentially, this cup, the underside of this silver cup here, guys, it's supposed to sit in this little ringed gap right here in conjunction with the anti-reverse clutch sleeve. If I can get it to sit in there properly. There we go. And the fluid will rest in between this space, and that is ultimately what is providing all of this chemical protection that is Magseal. So now that you have a clear idea of what Magseal is protecting, at least here top to bottom on their spinning reels, you have to ask, what about the rest of the reel? What about the side plate and the main gear and the pinion gear and all the bearings inside? Well, the reality is that Magseal, at least on the Fuego and on the majority of their spinning reels, is not incorporated here in the main body of the reel. It's just here on the top of the main shaft down and on this magnetized plate for the anti-reverse clutch. So what I did is, and what we're going to take a look at, is the inside of this reel and get a better idea of all the other working parts. So I've done the liberty of just taking these side plate screws out, removing the boot that was underneath here, and if you just pop this side plate off, you can see, aha! So the first thing that I notice is on this particular Fuego, there is pitting here on the main gear. And this pitting is a direct result of salt or some sort of contaminant that's been eating away at that zinc main gear. Now, Magseal, as I mentioned, it's not protecting the side plate of a reel, it's just protecting this anti-reverse clutch, which is very important. But in terms of offering ultimate saltwater protection, you have basically a compression fit side plate held in place with screws. Daiwa does have a nice compression fit little rubber gasket that sits here at the handle entry point. I do think that's great. Any means of deterring water ingress is great. You'll take any little bit you can get on a spinning reel. But in terms of Magseal, it's not incorporated here at the side plate, guys. So water can still get in here if the reel is dunked for a prolonged period of time, or if you're fishing with a lot of salt spray, or you're constantly making a long run, 20-mile run in the boat, and this is getting splashed all the time. That's not to say that this is impenetrable. It's definitely not. The Fuego is an excellent $100 inshore saltwater spinning reel, and the Magseal does definitely help in terms of protecting the anti-reverse clutch, but it is important to be aware that in terms of physical sealing here at the body, water can still make its way in. Another really quick thing that's important to keep in mind, guys, is that the Magseal fluid that Daiwa uses in their reels is not available for retail. So if you already have a Magsealed reel and it needs to be serviced, I'd strongly recommend getting a hold of an authorized Daiwa service center or just sending the reel back to Daiwa to have them service it themselves. I'm sure in theory you could use a no-name brand ferrofluid to limp by, but I just would not recommend doing that. Daiwa's Magseal technology, their fluid, is proprietary and it's used exclusively in their reels, so the makeup might be different than what's available out there, you know, on the market. So for that reason, I'd strongly recommend sending it back to the appropriate places to have those types of reels serviced. And this is just something important to keep in mind if you don't own a Magseal product. These are some steps that you may encounter if you are the type of angler that's going to be extremely harsh on your gear. As you can see, I made a mess of this stuff myself, so I would not recommend trying to service it yourself. And even if you did, you would not have access to this type of fluid. So this is important to consider before investing in a Magseal product. My goal with this video was to help shed some light on exactly what Daiwa's Magseal technology is, what it protects and what it doesn't protect. And as you can see from this video, Magseal isn't really a bulletproof vest. That's not to say that it's not a wonderful feature. It definitely offers protection at the anti-reverse clutch of the reel, which is often overlooked by most anglers and is one of the most important things to protect on a spinning reel. But that doesn't mean that a mag-sealed reel is impenetrable to salt water and other elements. Water can still make its way in through the side plate and up underneath the boot, and as you can see, corrode the main gear inside the reel. That's why it is imperative to make sure that you take care of your gear. Give it a quick freshwater rinse after a day on the water. Be mindful of the type of fisherman you are. If you're the type of person to constantly take splashes or sprays on your saltwater gear and you're not spraying it down with fresh water at the end of the day, Magseal may be for you. It definitely will help extend the performance of that reel long term. But that's not to say that a Daiwa Fuego or any other Daiwa reel that doesn't incorporate Magseal technology is impenetrable. There are still water access points throughout a reel. Now, another thing to take into consideration is the importance of physical perimeter seals throughout a reel. Take a look at the Daiwa BGMQ, for example. It's been out for about a year and a half. It's one of Daiwa's most popular products in the past couple of years. And one of the benefits that I think often goes overlooked on that series of reels is the physical means of sealing that that reel offers. It has 9 internal physical rubber seals throughout the inside and outside of that reel that help prevent water from making its way inside. And other reels like the Daiwa Fuego and the Procyon and even the Legalis, they lack those physical seals that the BGMQ and the MQ series of reels will offer. Even though it doesn't have Magseal, doesn't mean it's not an excellently sealed reel. Those are the things to keep in mind. To answer the million-dollar question, is Magseal worth it in a spinning reel? And to that I say, I really think it depends on the angler. A lot of members on our team, Wyatt, Luke, and Joe included, have dunked and tortured their Fuegos and other Daiwa reels with Magseal, and they've reported back that they've had 0 issues in terms of smoothness. They haven't needed to send it out for service, and I think that's awesome. But that doesn't mean that other Daiwa reels or any other reel by another company without Magseal is going to crumble to dust the minute you take it in saltwater. I've owned and used numerous Daiwa BGMQs from the 3000 size up to the 6000 size, and they've performed effortless for me. I've caught numerous tarpon over 100 pounds and a couple of really nice redfish on my smaller BGMQs, and they're fantastic, and they don't incorporate Magseal. So for me, I think that it's a great benefit to have when it's available to you, but it's not the end-all be-all when I'm trying to decide what my next inshore saltwater spinning reel will be. So that about wraps it up, guys. I hope this video was very helpful to you. I know it was a doozy and a little bit long, but I'd love to hear back from everybody. Please leave a comment down below and let me know if you own a Daiwa spinning reel with or without Magseal, and let me know what your experience has been with yours, or if you have any questions about Magseal products that we can help answer or clear up for you. And if you're interested in picking up a whole variety of different Daiwa spinning reels, we do have them available at our online shop page, fishstrong.com. You guys got to head over and check it out. And if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the best inshore fishing club in America that teaches you how to catch more redfish, sea trout, snook, and flounder. There's nothing else like it, guys. We guarantee you're going to catch more fish while saving time and money. We do this with our premium education, an exclusive insider community, and huge discounts on all the tackle that an inshore angler needs. So to learn more, head over to saltstrong.com, and we will see you in the Insider family soon.